have. So like talking about this entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
and I would compare your, I want to say experiment, but not to offend you, experiment, because it's a risky thing to do, right? Especially with like the majority of people think that it's like a dead deal, you're not gonna win out of it. It's like unstable, hard to find investors. A lot of people been not letting you down, but like seeing some shit. And I want to compare it with Elon Musk's story, right? Because he has also received a lot of these comments, even from Roscosmos, as about, oh, what do you want to do? You want to build like greenhouses on Mars? No, man, you're not gonna sell your. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and when he was on the plane, it was like 1997, 2000s, I don't know. He said like, yo, all right, we're gonna build our own rockets. And then his own team said like, no, Elon, you're fucked up, man. Yes, Billy did it, like just this year, earlier this year. So that's what I want to say. Entrepreneurship, in my opinion, requires two things: the crew, the team that you have, and risk, the ability to endure that much, So
tenacity.
Yeah, probably. So do you think that? What are other possible factors, or in your personal relationship with entrepreneurship? Damn, relationship with entrepreneurship. God damn.
You just threw a bar here, bro.
So do you have like your own idea?
I do. I've been doing this for quite some times now. So I think I've learned so many things throughout this journey, and it still continues. There's still a lot to learn. So one thing I've learned is that, just like you said, entrepreneurship, you need to have tenacity.
Yeah.
Because it's more like you're doing an experiment. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never done it before, so you're doing it based on your current available knowledge on whatever you're doing.
On the playground.
Yeah, on the playground, whatever you're doing. So it could work, and sometimes it could badly fail. But when it fails, that's when most people fail with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the project that may fail. Didn't fail.
The spirit
should always be, up and keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why you need tenacity. You need to every time it doesn't work, try to change another path and try it again, and just have this courage to continue. Obviously, if you keep going somewhere, you will end up somewhere. It could be a great place or a very bad place, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the principle of life tells us that you end up somewhere. Because let's say if you're walking, you're moving, yourself in spirit, everything that I'm moving, I'm doing some progress day by day. I'm moving somewhere towards something.
Yeah, that's right.
You end up there if you keep going. But end up where exactly? Is it positive? Is it negative? That depends on your decision, your choices, your orientation, and so many other things, or so many other factors that apply to that. So that's one thing I learned. And the other thing.
So I wanna just how did you come to terms to this understanding of I'm moving towards my goal, but there is a big I don't know, not insecurity. Fuck, what is the word? Unknown factor that involved in this whole path.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I usually try to calculate, that this path or this pedal, I gotta leap forward or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta bend over.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like as soon as somehow you got this idea, but how did you actually understand it? How did you damn, I forgot the word again. Jesus, I have to learn French, man.
Yeah,
How did you
exactly.
incorporate that idea? Like, just retrieve this the key principle, and just like, all right, it's fun. If I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail. You know, it's like,
Well, I think one thing is that I think that has something to do with the way I see things as well. I always believe in life principle.
yeah,
I believe life is defined by a certain or a set of principles, right?
yeah,
Um, some people, religious people, may think life is based on religious principles and stuff like that. But I believe there's something called natural principles.
natural
All right.
principle.
So what I believe is, if you, even in science, it can be proven any action will generate a consequence.
Yeah,
Right? That
right.
consequence can either be positive or negative. But that positivity or negativity of that consequence depends now on the type of actions that has been launched. You
Yeah,
understand? That has been, I don't know, started.
yeah,
So I believe in this principle that if my goal is set for something, and of course I do some calculations as well. I just don't jump in there like and start running and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I do some projections as well. That's one of the fundamental things you need to do when you're in the field of entrepreneurship. You need to how to project things, how to say how things would be going in the next coming weeks, months, years. See where you can have your flexibility and stuff like that. So um, my projections, I did the calculation and all the things, and I have something which is which people call commonly a goal.
Yeah,
So you have a goal. Then now, if you believe yourself, I do believe myself that I'm working every day towards this particular goal. So I have this principle that is enriching my tenacity,
yeah,
telling me like, you believe in principle, right? Yes, I do believe in it. So you haven't reached the goal yet, but you believe you're working every day towards the goal, right?
yeah,
So if it's failing in the middle, it doesn't mean it's not gonna work. You gotta keep just doing it until you reach the goal, and now you'll
yeah,
see the final result, whether it's positive or negative.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
But based on my projections, you could already have a certain level of confidence that okay, it's gonna be a positive result or it's gonna be a negative. And so
man, that's a very powerful thing, man.
that's how I process things.
You know, because to be honest, I had this not exactly the same idea, but I had this belief on when I was learning, and currently I am still learning Chinese.
Mhm.
But at some point, I just lost this motivation. The goal became blurry, you know, and I was like stunned in the fog, you know. I couldn't recognize my, and like after like 3 or 4 months, I'm just like recovering from that, you know,
That
illness.
happens. That
And
happens.
how do you come out of this kind of situations? How do you, because like 3 4 months, man, no, you cannot wait that long, because this whole industry is just growing, coming, you know. You cannot procrastinate, you cannot wait, you have to be in the game, you know. But I somehow disattached from that, you know. I put off that stuff, pull it over and waited. And that I think was detrimental, you know, to my like spoken
Character.
skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost forgot how to write characters. You don't understand. So yeah, what is your way, or do you have some techniques to overcome it? Like this particular traps, you know?
Well, my tech. Sometimes I there's not really. I think nobody has mastered how they can fix themselves
Yeah,
when the fall or when the break happens. faith in something, they have blurry objectives suddenly, just like you had and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't think no one has a secret of, okay, in that particular situation, this is my secret weapon, boom, and boom, I
Alright.
keep
Yeah,
going. Yeah,
don't believe the clickbait, man.
I don't think it exists. Yeah, I don't think it exists. So I don't have a secret weapon or something that specific particular that I could tell you. But one thing that I could tell you is this: um, people sometimes in life you just gotta go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
There are those times that nothing is working, no matter how hard you try, no matter how good your plan is, no matter how, I don't know, well designed whatever you're doing is, sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes it just doesn't work and you have no explanation for that situation. Sometimes it happens.
So you have to really just believe. You just have to feel the moment, right? Just
I
allow
believe
yourself to just.
that's what I believe. I believe
that.
I
Yeah.
believe you gotta go with the flow. Not saying that
Roll
okay,
with the punches.
not saying that okay, it's failing. Okay, now I'm gonna fail too. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go with the flow in some circumstances that things are tough and hard. Maybe it's time for you to step back a little bit and
Reflect on that.
and reflect on that. Look at it and try to imagine other things. I'm not saying okay, I'm dropping out from here because it's not working. Because remember again, we are believing in this natural principle, this fundamental thing, that principle, anything that is an action would generate a consequence, right?
Yeah.
So you know that this is probably just a shaky moment that you're going through,
Yeah.
and you're knowing that okay, after this particular period, things may be back on track, and I will keep moving. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's the thing that is keeping me going sometimes in dark times. I do have a lot of dark times, quite a lot, quite a lot.
Yeah. Damn. It's
Yeah,
good to hear
me
you.
too, man. Me too.